This is the Pizza Ranch
Pizza
corner?
Ranch.
In other words, it goes up past the trailer park?
Yep.
It goes right up past the entrance of the trailer park
The
there.
only driveway to the trailer park.
Yep.
How come it's got three here? Doesn't it three driveways?
Rush.
Oh, okay, there is three driveways.
Yeah, there's the bar, there's...
The small trailer court, then you got the big trailer court behind
Yep.
it.
Yep, okay.
So the two on the ends will be no problem traffic-wise. The one in the middle, we've talked to the manager of the trailer park, or was it owner?
That'd be the owner. Yeah. Pat Brightbox.
So we're working on a plan so those people can get in and out during construction. The next page is 11th. The initial tricky part of 11th was just figuring out where 11th was. Luckily, it's been surveyed not too far in the past. We were able to find the pins there and the right-of-way. The right-of-way is actually a little bit to the west of where the existing seal cut road is. So that'll give about a 6-foot green space from the back of curb of the medical associates to the edge of the road. So that'll be a nice, something you can actually put some grass in there, it should grow, maintain. But the downside of that, it also pushes us a little further west to the house to the west there, and you can see the grading limits where we'll need to grade out to. And the trees there are actually right on the right-of-way line, is existing trees. You can see the profile there at the bottom, and we're basically matching what's there now. So, only difference is we're adding 6 inches of curb to it.
This is Medical Associates, correct?
Correct. Next page is 12. We have 2 pages here for 12. We have the south end, and the next page is the north end. The north end, it's going right back where it was. The only changes, we're trying to, right now everything's pretty darn flat. So we're trying to get some minimum grades in there to get the water to drain. There's a little bit of a high point, about 1, 2, 3 houses down on the east side, just to give you an idea. So everything from that point would drain to the north, everything south of there would drain to the south. The big change that we're proposing, it's a 31-foot wide street at the top of the hill, and then where it turns and comes down the hill, it narrows down. And we're proposing running that 31-foot all the way through. That'll give you'll be able to stack up 2 cars down at the bottom and actually see left and right. Right now it's a little bit narrow. There is some rock. We're getting soil borings to find out where how deep the rock is through there. Comment came up, if possible, if we could take the 11.54% slope and see if we could flatten that out a little bit. The driveways there at the top would allow it, but it all kind of depends on how deep the rock is.
Is this an area we need Leroy back in here for?
We talked with him.
Did you get that all worked out?
Extensively, I think.
Yeah.
That's
We
all
did
worked out?
have a public meeting,
Yeah.
talked to everybody. Everybody seemed very positive about it. Yes, Leroy, I think he likes jerking engineers' chains. So we had a lengthy discussion about parallel and centered
And is
right-of-ways.
trees or brush or?
How wide is that intersection down there right now? At the Highway 20 and 12th Avenue. You said you was gonna put it to what, 31 feet?
Correct.
What is it now?
It is 26, I
So
believe,
you're
or
gonna
27.
widen
I think it's 20 days, so you said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can fit 2 cars there, but with the skew, I mean, the moment you turn one car, the other one, if somebody's trying to pull at the same time, it's just tight and awkward. There's rock sticking out of the ground on the east side there, so we know that we're going to encounter some rock, but there's also a fire hydrant and a water main, so it couldn't have been too horrible. But, you may have a different opinion. So that kind of covers 12. Really looking hard at the driveways, making sure we're improving drainage for those driveways.
Yeah, because right now they suck.
Yes. 19th is about the simplest of any of them. It's just replace and reconstruct. The only odd thing about 19th, or not 19th, Terrace,
Thank you.
get stuck in my head.
Show them around.
You made me get my pen out and write down, so
And make you redo your plans, you get confused.
there we go.
So this is
The odd
terrace
thing
now.
about this piece of terrace, it was a different width at each end. So, we're going to make it a nice, I think it was 20, what was it, 31 and neck down to 27. So we're gonna run it through at even width the whole way. Really no significant changes there, just other than that. So the people at the southeast end, the road's gonna be about a foot closer to their house than it is today. That's about all they'll see.
You don't foresee any problems with water runoff on that?
No, this one, we've got two intakes. You can kind of see the profile on the first page. You can see the low spot. Kind of in the middle, you see a triangle. If you're looking right down here, and right next to that, that's the low spot corresponding to the two existing intakes. So it's really not catching that much water. All the driveways through there are good drainage-wise. So this street's actually fairly simple. 12th, on the other hand, a lot of driveways and it's just flat. A challenge. And then last, skip over to page 7.
One question, when you have these streets torn up, some of them are gonna be fairly long stretches. Are they gonna have to park on other streets?
Yes.
Or how can they get in?
Yep. During the public meeting that we had, we talked to the homeowners about it and everybody's aware. I know on 12th we have, is it 3 people that need some assistance? So within our traffic control plan, we're gonna specifically identify to the contractor that they may need to make some special accommodations to help get people in and out of their
Well,
houses.
and if I understand correctly, and we talked to Mr. Greenlee about this, the back side of the 3 houses, I think, are on that east side of 12th.
Yes.
And there's a utility easement that runs from his house down to the front, on the south side,
Mhm.
on the back side of those things. So we just need to do something to make that a little bit more drivable during that period, probably.
I knew there was some handicap
Mhm.
questions on that.
Yep.
Yeah, it's always the hardest part, you know, you tear up the whole street and where do you park, where do you go? The tough one will be the people at the south end. You know, the north end, you can park up on the next street,
Yeah.
but at the south end, you can't really park on first, so. Then once we get into construction, the phasing of the construction, it's, we'll work with the contractor and really you wanna pave it through full width, get a much better product. Even though you can't get into your house, you know, it's done in one shot and you're out of your house for a week and then you can get back in. The next page, E7 and E8. This is 2nd Avenue Southwest there by Bill's. So on E7, the plan here, right now there's parking along the east side of the street. And the plan here is to basically take what's south of there, kind of that residential, and extend that one block up. So adding a green space on the east side of the road. That'll be a 31-foot wide roadway, so you can't have on-street parking there. Then the biggest challenge here, it's flat.